I'm Josh Denbo. I'm a consumer protection attorney. I sue banks, I sue mortgage servicers, I sue debt collectors and car dealers that rip people off. I protect people and consumers, and I really like my job. This is the second part of a multi-part series as to how banks defraud homeowners. This one, part 2, fraudulent late fees. If this topic interests you, please like and subscribe. There's a lot more content coming, and I'm about to explain to you how this game is played by the lender, from the lenders and the mortgage servicers, how you can protect yourself, and how you can defend a foreclosure if you're the subject of this kind of fraudulent action. All right. First things first. What's a late fee? I don't really need to go through that, right? Everybody knows what that is. You don't make a payment on time on a debt, in this case a mortgage, and your grace period expires. In other words, it's due on the 1st, you have until the 10th. On the 11th, they impose a non-nominal late fee. Everybody knows that the bank's going to impose a late fee. Everybody knows that that agreement is baked into the mortgage and the note. That's not news. What's news is how that late fee is charged, and and why the mortgage companies are allowed to charge it at all is part of the Truth in Lending Act. That's not widely known. And that controls when a late fee can be charged. A late fee can be charged only when a payment is late beyond the grace period. What happens if you're late 2 months? How many late fees can they charge? 2. If you miss January and February, you can be imposed a late fee for January and for February. You can't be imposed 2 for missing your January payment in January and in February. I've seen scurrilous banks try that game. What happens after the debt's been accelerated? All right, slow down. What's accelerated mean? Let's say that you are late 4 months, January, February, March, April. At the end of the 4 months, where the bank has charged you a late fee each one of those 4 months, you get a letter, and the bank says, you've missed 4 months, we own the mortgage, we're the right to enforce the note, we are now going to sue you in foreclosure because the entire debt is due. That's an acceleration letter. And the entire debt is due is an important concept, right? So if the entire debt is due in May, you missed January, February, March, and April, you gotta get the acceleration letter. Your next payment is not your monthly payment, it's the whole thing. So if you don't pay that, and you won't, you're charged another late fee. What about the next month? You still owe the money. Can they charge another late fee? You didn't pay. No. N-O. They can't. No more late fees. Why? Probably already know it from what I said already. But the reason why is they've accelerated the debt. January, February, March, April, you owed the monthly payment for that month and you didn't make the payment. May, after they accelerated in April, you didn't owe the monthly payment. You owed the entire thing. When you didn't pay the entire thing, there's no more monthly payment in July, August, September, October, November, December. You're not late beyond the grace period permitted by the Truth in Lending Act, because the Truth in Lending Act says that a bank can only impose 1 late fee for 1 default. That's it, not 2. They can't do 2 late fees for the same default. So once the bank accelerates, whether they eventually file for foreclosure or another deal is worked out, you can never be obligated to pay more than 1 late fee for missing that accelerated payment, or 1 late fee for any time you missed a payment before the acceleration. Is that obvious? When you think about it, it's pretty obvious. But who thinks about it? Banks think about it. I think about it. But consumers, homeowners, trying to balance the books, making sure little Billy's, soccer cleats are tied right. You're paying attention to this? No. You don't know this. You're not supposed to know this. Banks aren't supposed to cheat you like this. All right. So look, have I seen this happen? Yes, I have. Have I caught banks doing it? Yes, I have. Am I looking for more banks doing it? Oh, absolutely. Because the thing is, not only is it a defense to the debt they're trying to collect, but it's also a potential class action. Because like as not, a mortgage servicer that is collecting a late fee that is not permitted isn't doing it just to you. All right? So I hope this helped. Not as nerdy as some of my other things. Didn't go deep into law or the different aspects of mortgage servicing, but I touched it a bit. And I hope you enjoyed this and hope you learned something and maybe even help to save your house. All right? Talk again soon.